Elvira, and today I would like to show you how to diagnose very quickly design of your compressed air system. Imagine different situations. You have a certain setup and you decided to purchase a new production line and you know the requirements of the flow and the pressure, and you need to check how it's going to impact your compressor, and as well you want to see if it's going to get any pressure drops and if you need an additional update of your system. So for that, we need to start very simply. We go into the generic elements and we choose the element that calls consumer. You don't have to go into the details of that. It can be, it represents any production lines. It can represent any end use of compressed air that has a flow and the pressure. And then imagine that, for example, we have an air wipe that you purchased recently, and you have a certain setup of your pipes. So I want just to drag here the pipe that I had for me, for my system, and simply just connect red with green. Double click and the component will adjust automatically. And I need to have another pipes that are going here. For a quick check, you don't have to add more details in that. So meaning that if you have more valves, filters or regulators, yes, those are components that will cause the pressure drops, but and the changes in your system, but you can start from the overall design, so meaning from the simple design, and then going into the details with the time. So you can refine your design by adding more and more components, air tanks, filters, dryers, and so on. So here I have now my three consumers, and now logically I need to have a T connector. And here I just simply put here T connector. Perfect. So here also you can see wherever you choose the component. Here you have the information about this component, the photo, the technical data, the material, and you also can use filters if you want to choose from the certain range or from the certain parameters. Okay, now we need to have a compressor. We're going to the generic elements, and I choose here a compressor, a generic model of the compressor. So I start to connect again, red with green. Very hard to do any mistakes here. The program simply will not connect. And I want to get an additional main pipe. Here. Okay. And I had just one connector more. I simply delete it. Connect. Perfect. So here I spent 3 minutes to put the parameters, to put the elements on my board. Then please check your input parameters, such as pressure of air, so meaning that's the pressure in the production line, and pressure at the compressor actually, so the supply pressure. Price of compressed air, how many hours per day the system works day per year. This information will help you to analyze the compressed air cost. So after you press on calculate, the program will ask you automatically to parameterize those components. So meaning that you have here two not identified consumers, and you need to put how many liters per minute it consumes at 6 bar, for example, with the pipe length of 1000. Another one has 200 liters per minute, also 6 bar. The pipe length is 2000. And there's another pipe length is 3000, and then the main pipe length is 1000. So perfect. Now you have a very big pressure drop, especially here. Let me just change the consumer to make it more realistic. Okay, perfect. So here you have now the system, and basically we see the pressure drops for each pipe. So meaning here it's all fine. The pressure drops that come here. The only problem that we see is the big pressure difference of 0.6 bar. Where it comes from? It comes from actually that here you have a lower pressure and here we have a higher pressure, simply because this air wipe works on the 5.5 bar and these consumers work on the 6 bar. In the next episodes we can see how we can reduce this pressure for other production lines, but for now we say, okay, we will not reduce pressure here. We probably need to have the pressure regulator. But the only problem that we have in this system is basically this pipe. And in this pipe, the pressure drop is 0.3 bar and 0.31. And in this case, we see that the maximum allowable pressure drop that we put that is allowed for each component is 0.3. So meaning that this pipe should be a different size. So let me just put here a little bit higher the flow. And now you see we have also the problem here. So here the delta P is 0.46 bar. So we need to change the pipe here and we need to change the pipe here. The pressure drop calculations and the pipe diameter suggestion, it's an iterative approach. And this is why the program checks in the various loops how much, what is going to be the perfect diameter in order to reach the threshold of the maximum allowable pressure drop of 0.3 bar. So here you can see the compressor, the required pressure in order to operate the system. New compressed air cost, because we have a higher pressure, the required flow, the normal cubic meters cost of compressed air, electricity consumption, and equivalent CO2 emissions. So now let's try to optimize our system. And because we have now a new production line that consumes more, we need also to optimize this. So we need to have the pipe diameter at least of 21 millimeters. So in this case, we get the 1-inch pipe. We still have this problem with the different pressures. Plus, we want to have change the 1-inch pipe for this part. And now you can see from 17,000 to 12,000 our prices changed. Sorry, from 18,000 to 17,000 prices changed because the pressure level is now 6.5 bar. So we reduced the pressure drop, and in this way we also reduced by 1,000 euro the cost of operation of our compressed air system. So, and basically this is the quick design check that you can see, quick diagnostic check. And after that, you see that the program, after that you can start adding more filters, other components that you have there, the air reservoirs and so on. But if you see that you need just to change the pipe and you have any other connectors, you simply upload your program now into the web. And here you have your system. You can just write any description you want. And you have all the suppliers of the solutions that have been proposed in the program. So, and you want quickly to check first the piping system. So just send them your request and send your bill of material. So I would like to get the best vote. Send copy to your email and just simply send a request.